Hello, gentlemen. So I decided to make a how-to video on how to shave and line up your beard. But, sorry, my dog. Coming in or out? In or out? Out. Okay, the first thing you want to do is I would say the first step would be to cleanse. So you always want to shower, use your facial cleanser, just create a nice clean palette before you lather or do any of that stuff. It'll help to just get a nice clean shave and to make sure that you're not spreading any bacteria or any dirt or oil that might have been built up. The second would be to prep. And you definitely want to make sure that your hair is pre-softened with warm water or hot water if you prefer. You can do that straight away if you're coming out from the shower, or what I like to do sometimes too is just have a towel, soak that in some hot water for a little bit, make sure that you wring it out and then place it over your beard. And just hold it there for, 2 to 3 minutes, not even that long. Really, what you're trying to do is just soften up the beard hair before you lather and actually start to shave. And what that's going to do is just help the razor to glide a little bit easier and give you a closer shave. The third step would be to lather, whether you're going to use a cream-based shaving cream or more of a gel. Either one you're going to choose depending on your skin type. So here's also a quick little tip. When it comes time to actually trim your beard, not necessarily shave or clean up the top or the bottom, but just like taking down the density of it. One of these guys works really great. I think this is like a Conair men mustache beard trimmer I got from like Target. They usually range somewhere around $20. They're not too expensive, but they are a lifesaver when it comes to just doing a really quick trim. They usually come with small guards as well that you can put on. I think there's like a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 on this one. I usually keep mine at a 3, 4. Then you're gonna take your razor and you're gonna, well, I like to always start on top throughout the sides here, and then I do the underneath, only because this hair for most of us tends to be a little thinner than the underneath, so it'll just be straight away really easy and won't be too hard to work on. Also, here's another thing too. You always want to make sure that you're using hot water, turning on and off your faucet. You don't want to leave the water running just because you're going to be wasting a lot of water, and that's not good for the environment. Also too, don't fill up your sink with hot water and then dip the razor in and out, only because most of our sinks aren't the cleanest all the time. We brush our teeth every day and people wash their hands in it. You just don't want to dip your razor in and spread that bacteria. So, yeah. So you're going to get your razor nice and wet. So what I like to do is I like to hold the skin a little bit tight, and what that's going to do is just help me get a little bit closer of a shave and help me just control. So there we go. And I'm basically using the corner of the razor and following the way my beard grows naturally and curves in. If you guys seen me like stretch out your skin, that's something you want to do too as well, especially if you're trying to get a little bit more of a cleaner line, is using that tension. Right? And I'm going with the grain, which for most of us going with the grain is a lot it's a lot better for you if you have sensitive skin. I actually go against the grain a lot as well. Here's the whole thing with that. If you're gonna go with the grain, you definitely are playing the safe route. You'll get a clean shave. You always want to start off that way, but if you want to go back against the grain, I feel like you'll definitely get a closer shave that'll last you a little bit longer. If you have sensitive skin, then I wouldn't advise going against the grain, or if you have like really thick, coarse facial hair, then going with the grain first will probably be the better option. I have fine to medium hair, so I go everywhere. Ultimately, you're gonna go with and against the grain, and all that means is with the grain, in case you don't know, is going with the direction that your hair grows in, and against the grain would be in the opposite direction. All right. And I usually go over a section a couple times, at least maybe 2 to 4 at most. But you really don't have to. I think anything anywhere from 2 to 3 is fine. I'm just obsessive. All right, so I'm going to finish the rest of it. You guys can just kind of see what I'm doing. I am starting mine a little higher, only because I have a more of a medium to high fade, so I just do my lineups on my own. Alright, now I'm going to go with the top. And to do this, you're going to, again, just kind of create that tension and tuck your top lip in. And create that space, just so you can get in there with your razor. Again, I'm just trying to clean it up. I'm not really trying to do any kind of crazy designs or anything. Sometimes I'll do underneath my lip too. It just depends on how long my beard hair is. If it gets to the point where it starts to hit my lip, then I will actually go in with a trimmer and trim it down. But today, maybe I'll go over it a little bit just so you can see how I do it. That's it. Alright, pretty easy. Now I'm going to go and do the underneath. The way that I like to create or keep symmetry with that is I create 2 guidelines. The first is going to be in the center, and then I'll create a right and a left. And then I'll kind of connect from the inside out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take down my beard completely with my shaver, and then I'm going to go into my lather and then the actual technique of shaving, a clean shaven. As I start to shave, I'll just kind of go over some key points of things that I think would be important on the technique that I'm going to do. They're so good. I love freaking gummy lifesavers. Alright, so let's get started. And there you have it, a nice, clean, fresh shave. So at this point is where you want to add your moisturizer or your aftershave, depending on which one you use. As long as you're putting some of that moisture back in. I'm just going to go ahead and use my regular face lotion and work that in really well all over, especially in the areas where you've just shaved. You can use like an anti like bump lotion. I know a lot of guys that get ingrown hairs a lot, and those are, like I said, a lot of your aftershaves or your face, especially men's face lotions, comes with all that stuff built in. So it's something to be aware of. I really don't ever get razor bumps, so I really don't have to use anything too intense. Well, I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, just send me a message, and good luck shaving.